I'm going to read you The Secret of Dragon. The title is The Great Ice Battle. 7. Royal Wizards. They climbed up a secret passage and came out a small door on the main level of the palace. Max peered around in all directions. No need, as long as we are quiet. The throne room is not far from here, Kia said. Everybody follow me. I crept close to the first walls. Julie and you were right behind him. The red wolves padded silently next to Kier. Soon they were outside the throne room. Eric and Neil peered around one side of the doorway, Julie and Kier around the other. The throne room was large and round. The walls were covered with tapestries. The floor was tilted in a strange pattern of colored stones. Eric had seen that pattern before in Garland's secret tower. The throne room's floor was a giant map of June, spread set in the king's large golden throne. Garland stood nearby, as white and unmoving as a statue carved of stone. Bring the amulet to me, Spark commanded. Grrr. The wolves growled behind Kier. Hush, she said, patting their heads. Soon, 4 big Nin soldiers carried an iron box into the room. They set it down in the front of their master, opened the box, and bowed. With both hands, Spar reached in and pulled out a large black object. He held it over his head. It was a long triangle piercing a circle. Horns stuck out from either side. A glittering crystal hung in center of the triangle. Behold the amulet of Jor, Spark cried out. The ninja bowed before the strange object. The amulet sparkled in the torchlight. Soon we shall begin our long journey, Spark announced. Jor, we shall come to you. Oh dear, Max whispered. Then Lord Spur drew his sword. He attached the amulet to the handle and tightened it. What is it doing? Julie asked. Kia frowned. I don't know. The sorcerer strode to the center of the room. He stood over the spot where the colored tiles showed the outline of Jaffa City. Soon our questions will be answered, he said. He clutched the sword with both hands. He pointed the blade down. With one powerful thrust, clunk, Spur sank his blade deep into the floor, deep into the map of Jaffa City. What's going on? Eric began. Suddenly the amulet's crystal lit up. It began glowing bright green, in spots and hissed. Kia stood up. It's time, she said. We'll bring back the king, Eric said firmly. The princess took a deep breath. Good luck to you, too, said Julie, smiling at her. Kiara stepped from the shadows. Touched! She called out sharply. In a flash, the 3 large red wolves roared into the throne room. They growled and bared their fangs. Steam rose from their open jaws as they skittered by Kia's side. Spot stepped back. Fear crossed his face. Wolves? They were frozen. So, you are your mother's daughter? To bet you a little show of magic won't last very long. Long enough to stop you, Kia said. She raised her hands at Spar. Eric felt his blood go cold, then hot. Maybe we should stay to help her. This is all my fault. Sometimes bad things happen for a reason, Max said. Perhaps Kia was meant to do this. I should stay here. Garland want me to. But you must find the king. But Eric started. Julie grabbed Eric's arm. Kia has powers. She's got to fight the Spar, and we've got to do this. Neil grabbed Eric's other arm. Let's go. As the wolves leaped for Spar and his knees, the 3 friends scrambled through the halls. They shivered as they dashed down the steps. Their hearts raced as they entered a world of ice. 8. Race against time. Julie Eric hitched up reins and saddles on 3 shaky pilcas, while Neil wrestled up large city gates. Let's find the king, Eric said firmly, snapping the reins of his pilka. Catch her! Get up! Neil shouted, jumping on his run. At once, the pilkas took off. They raced past the city gates and out over the crunched ground. The storm wrapped around them swiftly. Soon the palace was out of sight. King Jello! Eric cried. His voice was lost in the howling winds. The storm is getting worse, said Julie. And it's nearly night time, Neil shouted. Perfect time for this kind of nightmare. Still, the 6-legged pilcas galloped on. They stormed through an icy forest. Icicles fell like daggers from frozen branches. Torches cracked in half, their back limbs heavy with silver ice. This place really is cursed, said Julie. Neil cupped his hands together. King Jello, he yelled. Oh man, he'll never hear us. He could be miles away. He could even be... Don't say it, Eric cried. Standing in his saddle, he called out even louder, Jello! Jello! The wind roared like a spurt's laughter. Eric's arms and legs ached. He felt cold. He felt like going to sleep. Frost began to from on all their cheeks. It was getting darker and colder. No, Eric cried, snapping the reins again. We have to do this. We have to make it right. Keep yelling, everybody. Keep yelling. King Jello, they shouted at the top of their lungs. King Jello. Then they heard it. A faraway sound, a familiar noise above the wind snowstorm. Hey, I recognize the sound anywhere, Julie shouted. It's Lip. Yes, Eric cried, and where Lip is? It's King Jello, Jello! A dark shape galloped suddenly toward them. It was Lip, and on the sled behind him, King Jello! The king pulled up sharply on the reins. Galen is frozen, Eric cried, jumping from his pilka. And Spar and Kier are fighting. There are lots of Nins too, a whole army of Nins. I have an army too, the king said. He waved his hand behind him. Eric exclaimed. Behind the king, riding on their own sleds, were dozens of men and women, but mostly there were children, lots and lots of children. Wow, an army of drunk kids, Niels said. But how will we fight the big needs? One young girl asked. Julie jumped down from her saddle. Hey, I just thought of something. This course, we almost forgot the bad thing about snow. Neil frowned. What's that? Julie dug her hand into the high drift and grinned. The gold old upper words. Snowball. The children of Julian crowded around them. We'll have to, one of them said. We want to keep our city free. And maybe we can use this. One boy said from his coat he pulled a Y-shaped stick. Oh, slingshots? Cool, but you have to remember rule number 1. When you fight in it, you pack your snowballs hard. The children of Drun dug into the snow eagerly. Soon everyone had made dozens of snowballs. They filled their pockets with them. To the palace, the king called out, and once his sled thundered across the snow. Yahoo! Eric said it snapped the reins of Pilka. Spar and his ninja will never know what hit them.